in case you have any doubts of me saying about how Snow White underperformed, how it tanked at the box office, how it pretty much like was a big disappointment at the box office, if I'm kidding, I went to a more lesser known one known as SoapCentral.com. This is what it says right here. Snow White suffers from being too woke, but that's not the only thing pulling down. Oh, really? Okay, I'm listening. You got my attention here. Like I said, I'll post the link to the site. This is what it says here. Snow White has underperformed at the box office, and experts are now trying to analyze what went wrong. Talk to the critics who pretty much kissed her behind and her feet. Say, it's great, it's great. Apparently, the rest of the audience could care less. The film has been surrounded by controversies of different natures since it was announced. Surprise! The musical fantasy is live-action adaptation of the 1937 animated film, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. The official synopsis of the film reads, a princess joined forces with seven dwarves to liberate her kingdom from a cruel stepmother, the evil queen. So Snow White joins a rebellion now. Okay, I'm a bit confused here. That's not what the 1937 one says, but let's go on. Experts are now looking into the reasons why the film did not do well at the box office, so let us find out the details. Okay. Oh, this could be good here. Various things have pulled down Snow White. No kidding. Here's one of them. Snow White saw an opening weekend of $43 million at the box office. That's bad. Besides, this film has received mostly mixed critical response, with a 42% Rotten Tomatoes ratings and 1.7 out of 7 rating on IMDb. Newsweek? Oh my goodness. Newsweek reached out to several experts to analyze the film's fate, which goes beyond the idea of being too woke. Okay, the Rotten Tomatoes rating of 1.7 out of 10? Folks, you gotta tell me, how bad is that? 1.7 out of 10. Tell me how bad is that? Please tell me how bad. I'm not an expert. That is not good by a stretch. It goes beyond just being too woke. Oh, this is gonna be interesting here. Danielle Loria, Senior Vice President of Content Strategy and Editorial Director of the Box Office Company, revealed that the controversies around the film are the only part of the problem, he said. Okay, this could be good. I think it's part of a number of factors that didn't let the film break out. Okay, so what those factors then? He acknowledged that Snow White is a remake of a film that came out 88 years ago, which has its own set of challenges. Loria also pointed out that the film was not marketed properly, which might have contributed to the box office figures. The makers barred press access at its premiere, further dousing the buzz. Sure, it's not because Rachel Zegler pretty much like set the thing on fire and keep pouring gasoline on it? Maybe. Jeff Bach, who works as the analyst, told the press that mixed critical reviews and all the negativity over the years might have contributed to the film's box office performance. He further said that people aren't resonating with the story. If you like the type of person who loves the 1937 story and kept it close and near and dear to your heart, and then you saw this one here, you're going like, what? I won't be surprised if people walked out. If you know any stories of people walking out in the Snow White movies, please, I beg you, please let me know. If you know somebody who walked out in a Snow White movie, especially take your kids, let me know, please. I want to hear. Tell me your story. I beg of you. Goes on to say here, Snow White hasn't exactly aged well. The story itself is a bit outdated. Story outdated? Wow. And certainly doesn't have a hero factor of, say, Mona or Frozen. These are the types of Disney stories that current audiences gravitate towards. Snow White's expiration date was decades ago, unfortunately. So now this person is trashing the movie. They are not helping the cause. They are not helping Rachel Zegler. They're pretty much throwing more dirt on her. Wow. So they try to justify Well, it's not great because so basically the reason why the movie didn't do good because the original story sucks. Is that what you're trying to say? You trying to say the reason why the movie was received so poorly because the original story sucks? Is that what you're trying to say? You compare it to Mona and Frozen. Can I tell you something, guys? Mona and Frozen are very recent films by comparison. Are you kidding me? Mona and Frozen are the newest movies as of this past decade? Are you serious? How you compare a movie which is 88 years old to movies that came out less than 10 years ago? Come on. Ridiculous. Oh, let me stop. Let me get going. Other factors that may have contributed to Snow White's failures. Well, this guy have like a YouTube video. You can look at that at your peril. Laura also noted that the movie-going industry might be a contributing factor. Are you serious? Now this person's getting ridiculous now. He said the films tend to struggle after the Christmas phase. Media analyst Paul, whatever his name is, also believes that audience may have fatigued with live-action adaptation coming up a bit short. He said, "Are you serious?" This is what this clown says. Snow White, as a PG-rated family film, still has a baked-in appeal for kids and families looking for a new Disney movie to enjoy at the multiplex, but no question of a bit of a live-action remake fatigue coupled with the negative impact a politically charged controversy had on marketing efforts, plus mixed reviews, offered up a whole unwanted set of challenges for the film. It goes back to Richard Zegler trashing the crap out of him. Can I ask you a question, though? Why do you think Barbie, and that movie is woke? That thing is woke with a capital W. Woke, woke, woke. How do you think that movie made about over $1 billion in box office? Now people say, what did it sell? It doesn't matter. As Rock said, it doesn't matter. It still made up $1.6 billion. I can tell you why. Because last time I checked, I don't think Margot Robbie went out of her way. She didn't trash the Barbie. She didn't trash, the Barbie doll. She didn't trash none of it. She cherished the role. She took on the role and had fun, but she loved it. And that movie became like a monster when it made over $1 billion. That movie succeeded. I'm not a Barbie fan. I'm not a fan of the movie. Never have. Rather not watch it. But it became successful. Good on her. Good on the people behind the movie. They were successful. Snow White was not. It just takes one person who's supposed to be the main star of the movie who trashed it, caused the problem. Yes, the wokeness does not help, but the fact that the star of the movie trashed her role, did not help. There's other factors though. Well, guess what? Maybe if the main star, wasn't trashing the movie, wasn't trashing the role, wasn't trashing the story, it would have done a lot better. That I promise you. Sorry, I'm getting worked up. The controversies around the film began with the casting of Rachel Zegler, which was followed by her calling the original film outdated. Rachel's political views on Donald Trump and Israel-Palestine conflict also sparked backlash on the internet. No kidding. Once again, Rachel Zegler. There's your flashpoint, Rachel Zegler. The film stars Rachel Zegler as Snow White, Gal Gadot as the Evil Queen, Andrew Burnap as Asnu Kabia, Patrick Page and Haley Frazier, among others. Okay. So all in all, this person's trying to make it sound like, well, it's the original story's fault. Don't you dare. Don't you dare. But folks, what do you think about this? I'm going to post the links. You can see for yourself. I'm going like, wow. I'm probably going to see like other stuff to talk about how, like I said, this is on Rachel Zegler's feet. And they're going to Disney got to take some responsibility because they didn't reel her back when they could and all that. But what's your thoughts on it? Do you think that that Snow White's going to be somehow make a comeback, or it's going to stay the burning dumpster fire for it is? Please let me know in the comments down below. And most importantly, if you know any stories about anybody walking out in the middle of the Snow White movie, I really want to hear it. Hope to hear from you folks soon. Peace.